Alright, so for today's trade recap, we'll get right into it. Let's start with the first trade. You can see here that we got a tripled or double top there at the previous day high. We formed an overnight high and we're backtesting the 24 EMA after we have a 30-minute close here below previous bar lows and the 5-minute candles, one time framing to the downside. So at this point, we backtested the 1 hour average here and the 24 EMA. So I entered the 5 micro short contract here. I was going to show you my analysis here. You can see that we have a rolling top. So this is bearish divergence. We're making higher lows on price, but delta is making lower lows. So that combined with the fact that we're not making higher highs and delta seeing a rollover top is already a sign of weakness. And you could have entered here an initiative trade on the loss of the 24 EMA and the loss of the 1 hour average. And this would have been an initiative trade and you could have taken down, but I took it here on this backtest of the 24 EMA and that worked out just fine. We also had 3 30-minute candle closes inside previous day price action or under previous day high. And you can see here the 5-minute one time framing to the downside. So moving forward, let's see how this trade unfolded. I'll speed it up really fast. It took a while, it took a long time for this trade to play out. I left home and I went to do some business in town, and when I came back I saw that I got 2 take profits hit and then I get stopped out at break even. But yeah, this trade took a while to play out. So right now I get stopped out of this trade and let's move on to the next trade. So the next trade is right here. I got stopped out right here in this point in the chart. We went higher and we started claiming the previous day high, and at this point we backtested the 24 EMA and I got in a long here. This long was aggressive. Why? Because even though I think we did get a 30-minute candle close above the previous day high, we did not change market structure on the 5 minutes. So this impulsive move up is just based on this 30-minute candle close that did close above previous day high, but we did not see any continuation from here, just like so. And this would have been a better entry had I waited for this entry, but I saw the backtest of the 1 hour average and the 24 EMA and I just got too excited and I wanted to not miss this boat, so I entered this trade. So as soon as I see this is the analysis, the 5-minute one-time framing and the 30-minute candle close here above the previous day high. But as you can see in the next 30-minute candle, we're protecting the previous bar high. So at this point, it's not the best trade, is really initiative. So we also have this 5-minute impulsive candle to the downside that's engulfing the previous candle. Yeah, so I entered here on the 24 EMA backtest. So let's see how this played out. Yeah, so it took a while, but then we started to move down. We're starting to lose the 1 hour average. And at this point, I think I'm looking for an exit out of this trade. Let's see. Yeah, at this point, I closed for a loss. You saw there that I closed for a loss, so that was it. Then New York Open, yeah, this was also something that I took into account in the previous trade. The fact that we were so close to New York Open, we were 9 minutes or 8 minutes before New York Open. I thought we might see here a push above the overnight high into the New York Open based on the New York Open volume injection that we saw. And we did get the move lower and then the volume injection came and we did sweep the overnight high, and this was still a trade idea I was looking for. And we get 1, 2, 3 1-minute candle closes below the overnight high, and then I entered this 2 contract micro short here. And yeah, my take profit is really close. I should have placed 1 take profit at the New York Open. But yeah, I think I've done that. Let's see. Yeah, I was too slow. FTT was lagging and I just get filled as it was. And yeah, that's it. So FTT was lagging in this trade, but it got a nice continuation to the downside. And as you can see, we went much lower from here. We backtested the New York Open. And yeah, at this point, I got another 24 EMA backtest here. And even though we have the view up right below us, this didn't make me doubt the trade. We had a 1 hour trail backtest here. And at this point, let's see how this trade unfolds. I wanted to move my stop lower and my take profit lower. I did just that, and after we get a nice move below the previous the VWAP, I closed the trade for a win. It wasn't my desired outcome, the TP at the lows. It was just based on the fact that I said to myself that I will always want to TP after a 40 tick move lower, and yeah, I did just that, and this is where I closed the trade, somewhere around here, and then we moved higher from here. So I was lucky in this trade. So right now, this is a trade that I didn't take, but I saw a lot of people in the group take this lower high backtest of the overnight high. And I saw some people take this trade and make a lot of money in this trade, but I took this long here. Why did I take this long? Because we backtested the 24 EMA and the New York view up. I should have entered way lower here. And had I been, I was typing something in Discord, that's why I entered so late. But had I been more on point, I would have made a good trade here, because I was waiting for this trade to play out. But let's see how this unfolded. So I get stopped out at break even, and that's okay. But this trade unfolded pretty nicely. I could have been more decisive and on point, and I would have made some nice profits in that trade. So right now, this is a trade based on ES being really impulsive, and ES was leading at this point, and it was much higher than NQ. And I just thought that we're going to see NQ follow. This is something that I saw a lot of people, not a lot of people, some people do, and I just started mimicking it. And you can see that I placed my stop to break even, because I know this entry is really aggressive. I get filled at 40 ticks for $20, but yeah, this is just a type of trade that just played out due to me seeing other people take it, and yeah. So right now we lost all of that volume profile that was built during New York in the upside, and we impulsively trended lower, and the 5-minute was one time framing, the 30-minute was one time framing, and right now I'm catching a knife here on the previous day equilibrium, but I like the visual reaction. We have a 1-minute close below, 2 green candles above, we have a back test. I enter here, the invalidation is below the low. My take profit one is at the highs, and I wanted to leave a runner in this trade, but let's see how that plays out. I place my stop to break even, and then we get a retrace, and I almost get stopped out, but then price goes a little bit higher again, and I decide to exit for a profit at that point in the chart. And that was the good decision, because we didn't go any higher, we went much lower. And after we took the overnight low and we backtested the 24 EMA in confluence with the daily open and the previous day equilibrium, I consider this trade area to be really good for a short trade. So I did just that. I entered here. I was a little bit underwater at this point, somewhere around $100, but that's no problem, because ES was also hitting the 24 EMA, and we did backtest. Yeah, the trade played out. I wanted to say that we backtested the previous day very high, but this is on the micro chart and it's not accurate. But anyway, I took 2 take profits, and then I get stopped at break even on the third one. So that trade was another win under my belt. So right now, this was a bad trade, because this is the actual previous day high on the mini chart. Today we had the rollover, so you can see that I'm charting the Z contract, and here was the previous day very high, and this was a bearish backtest of the previous day very high. You can see here on the 30-minute this impulsive move down, and then we backtested the very high here. We closed the 30-minute candle inside previous day area, and then we just rejected from it, and I took this trade here really initiatively. We backtested the 24 EMA, we backtested the 1 hour average, but this was a bad trade, and I shared it in the group, and Ivory told me that this is a long into the bearish backtest of the previous day very high. So I decided to place my stop at below the low, the local lows, and I did get stopped in this trade, and I lose $60 in this trade. And yeah, I ended the day at the end doing $250 overall on my 3 FTT accounts. Right now I have 3 FTT accounts, and that's how I'll trade moving forward. I also deposited some money in my live account, and I'll copy trade my FTT accounts based on the live account, and I'll continue trading with micros. But yeah, today was a good day. I hit my daily goal and I made some money, so I'm happy about that. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.